Stop scrolling right now. Do not let your finger touch that screen again. My beloved child, I need you to stay right here. Whatever you are doing can wait for just a few minutes, because heaven has stopped its regular order just to bring this prophetic word to you. You were chosen to see this at this exact moment in time. Out of millions of people, you are the final person receiving this frequency today. Listen to me carefully. This is my final goodbye message to you. I know those words might sound heavy and frightening right now. You might feel a sudden rush of panic or sadness in your chest, but you must not leave before I explain what this farewell truly means. If you close this video early, the seal will remain unbroken. You will miss the miracle that is waiting for you on the other side of this goodbye. I know why you almost ignored this message. You are so incredibly tired. Your mind is heavy with worries that never seem to end. You have been carrying a massive weight on your shoulders for far too long. And every single day, you wake up feeling like you are fighting a battle that you can never win. You put on a brave face for the world. You smile when you want to scream. But I see the truth behind that mask. I saw you sitting in your car the other day. You stayed there for 10 extra minutes before going inside your house. You just needed a moment of silence to gather your strength before facing everyone again, and I saw the tears you tried to hide when nobody was looking. I heard the deep sighs escaping your lips in the middle of the night. You think you are completely alone in this struggle. You feel like an invisible wanderer in a world that moves too fast. You check your bank account and feel a sharp pain of anxiety. You wonder when it will finally be your turn to experience true joy. The silent sufferer inside you is crying out for a single sign of hope, while you type out messages asking for help, only to delete them out of shame. Your pride and your shame told you to stay quiet. You convinced yourself that you must be strong for everyone else around you. But who is being strong for you? Who is holding you when you feel like falling apart? I am here. I have been sitting right beside you through every single dark night, and I never left your side even when you felt entirely abandoned by the universe. You have looked up at the sky and asked why this is happening. You asked if you did something wrong to deserve this endless cycle of hardship. Let me tell you clearly that you are not being punished. The exhaustion in your bones is not a sign of your failure. It is a sign that you have been fighting a profound spiritual war, and you have been running underwater for years trying to find the shore. Every step has required twice the energy it should normally take, and that is exactly why this final goodbye message is so crucial. We are preparing to say goodbye to the very things that have drained your life. We are standing on the edge of a massive transformation. But before we can break the chains, I need you to take a deep breath right now and let your weary shoulders drop. Release the tension you are holding in your jaw. Let the anxiety wash out of your chest for just a moment. You are safe in this sacred space we are sharing. No one is judging you for being exhausted or feeling weak today, because you have full permission to rest your weary spirit in my presence. The battles of yesterday do not have to dictate the peace of your tomorrow. You have felt misunderstood by the people closest to you. They see your outside, but they do not understand the spiritual weight you carry. They do not know about the generational curses you are actively trying to break. You are the chosen one in your family line, and that comes with immense pressure that feels isolating when you are the only one who cares so deeply. It hurts to care so much. Do not let the enemy convince you that your sensitivity is a flaw. Your deep empathy is the exact tool heaven uses to heal others. But you cannot pour from an entirely empty cup anymore. You are running on fumes and hoping for a miracle to sustain you. I know you are close to giving up, and I know the thought of walking away has crossed your tired mind repeatedly over the last few weeks. But you must hold on just a little bit longer. Do not let go of the rope when the rescue boat is already in sight. This farewell message is the turning point you have been desperately praying for. I am acknowledging every single sacrifice you made in absolute silence, and your pain has been recorded in the heavenly books, so your vindication can be prepared. Just stay with me a little more. Listen to my voice and let it wrap around you like a warm blanket. You do not have to fight the shadows completely alone anymore. The heavy season of weeping in secret is finally coming to its end. I am stepping into your situation to carry the heavy end of the cross, so trust me when I say this goodbye is the greatest gift you will receive. We will close this dark chapter together today. I need you to stay with me as we walk through this valley. The pain you carry is so incredibly heavy. You have hidden it so well from the world, but you cannot hide it from my eyes. Even when your physical body is screaming for rest, you somehow manage to push through the day because so many people are depending on you. You force yourself to stand up. I saw you at 3 in the morning just a few days ago. The house was completely quiet. Everyone else was sleeping peacefully. But your eyes were wide open, staring at the dark ceiling. Your heart was racing with severe anxieties about piling bills and broken promises that you simply cannot fix on your own. You quietly wiped a single tear away. You let the water run in the shower to drown out your crying. You let the hot water wash over your face to hide the evidence. You stepped out and put on a brave smile. You told your family that everything was perfectly fine. But while you were speaking those comforting words to them, everything inside of you was shattering into a million tiny pieces. You are the silent sufferer of your entire family. You are the one everyone comes to for help. You carry their burdens without ever complaining. But when your own world falls apart, you feel like there is absolutely no one to catch you. You look around the empty room and wonder why the universe always seems to demand so much from your tired spirit. You often feel like you are entirely invisible. You watch other people receive their blessings so easily. You see them celebrating their victories while you are stuck in the exact same waiting room. It makes you feel like heaven has completely forgotten your name. I know the deep resentment that tries to creep into your heart when you see their joy. You typed out a long text message to a friend last week. You finally wanted to admit how exhausted you really feel. You stared at the painful words on your glowing screen. But then your pride and your deep fear of being a burden took complete control of your mind. You deleted the entire paragraph letter by letter. You simply replied you were fine. I was sitting right there beside you when you deleted that message. I felt the crushing weight of loneliness that settled over you. You do not have to pretend with me. You do not have to wear the heavy armor of perfection in my presence. Because I am the one who catches every single tear that falls in the hidden shadows when you think you are all alone. That is exactly why you keep waking up feeling so drained. The brain fog and the constant exhaustion are not just physical symptoms. They are the direct result of a massive spiritual toll. You are fighting invisible battles while trying to maintain a completely normal life on the outside. It is no wonder your weary spirit feels so utterly depleted before the morning sun even rises. I want to validate every single ounce of pain you have felt. Your intense struggles are incredibly real. Your complex feelings are completely justified. The sudden rejections you faced were deeply painful, and they left permanent scars on your trusting heart. But I need you to know that those scars are not a sign of your weakness. They are your beautiful proof. If you feel a warm stirring in your spirit right now, do not ignore it. This is not a random coincidence finding you today. If you strongly believe this is true, type Amen or I receive it in the comments right now. Let that small physical action be a bold declaration that you are finally ready to drop the heavy mask. You are safe to be vulnerable right here. You have been running on an empty tank for many months. You keep telling yourself that you just need to survive one more week. You whisper that things will magically get easier next month, but the ruthless cycle just keeps repeating itself over and over again. The financial stress keeps piling up higher, while your emotional reserves continue to slowly drain away. I see the way you look at your bank account with pure dread. You calculate the numbers again and again, hoping for a miracle. You sacrifice your own needs just to make sure your loved ones have enough. You have given so much of yourself to others that there is barely anything left inside. Your amazing generosity is truly beautiful, but it has left your own soul completely starving. Take a deep breath and let my peace wash over your tired mind. You have done more than enough. You have fought a brave fight. You have faithfully held the line. Now it is finally my turn to step in and fiercely fight the remaining battles for you. I am gathering all the broken pieces of your shattered hope today. I am holding your weary heart in my hands. You are my precious chosen one. The deep pain you have endured in silence has built a profound strength within your soul. We are about to uncover the real reason why this wilderness season lasted so terribly long. But for this exact moment, I just want you to rest. Let the healing waters flow over your deep wounds as we prepare for the massive shift ahead. Listen to me carefully as we transition into this truth. Do not let your mind wander right now. The enemy wants you to believe that your intense suffering was completely pointless, and he desperately wants you to think that heaven was just ignoring your cries for help. But I need you to understand something very clearly today. Your deep pain was never a punishment. You have looked at the massive delay in your life. You called it a terrible curse. You watched the calendar turn while your heavy heart grew entirely sick with waiting. But my delay was not a denial of your beautiful destiny, because it was my absolute divine protection, keeping you entirely safe from harm. I was hiding you in the shadows for a very specific reason. Think about the doors that slammed shut in your face. You cried bitterly when that specific opportunity completely fell through last year. You begged me to open that door for you. But you did not see what was hiding right behind it, and I saw the hidden traps waiting to destroy your bright future. I kept it locked to absolutely save your soul. What you mistakenly called a painful rejection was actually my perfect redirection. I had to let certain people walk away from your life to make room. They could not handle the massive blessing that is preparing to fall upon your tired shoulders. If they had stayed around, they would have drained every single drop of your new provision. I removed them to actively protect you. You thought my silence was the terrible sound of abandonment. But my silence was the sound of me building your fortress in the spiritual realm. When a builder is laying a massive foundation deep underground, it looks like nothing is happening on the bare surface. People walk by and see just an empty pile of dirt, while the most vital work is happening in the deep, dark soil. You are a massive tree that will provide shelter for many generations. A small plant can grow very quickly in just a few short days, but a giant oak tree requires intense storms and deep roots to survive. I had to send you through the severe wilderness so your roots could reach the deepest waters of faith, and your faith had to be tested by the raging fire. The intense fire did not come to completely destroy you. It came to burn away the impurities and the toxic attachments you were holding tightly. You held on to things that were actively keeping you very small. I had to break your grip on those counterfeit blessings, so your hands would be empty and ready. Now your hands are finally prepared to receive true spiritual abundance. Stay with me because this revelation is incredibly important. You have often compared your difficult journey to the smooth paths of your peers. You wondered why they get to coast through life while you face giant mountains. It is because their calling is entirely different from yours, and you are the generational curse breaker of your entire bloodline today. You carry a completely different anointing. When you are called to break a heavy curse, you must face the full resistance of that dark curse. The enemy fought you so intensely because he knows your true identity. He knows that once you break free, your children and their children will never experience this lack again. Your temporary suffering is actively purchasing permanent freedom for your entire family tree. Do not despise the dark wilderness you just walked through. It was the exact training ground designed to elevate your weary spirit. A mighty warrior is not created in a place of total comfort and gentle ease. A warrior is forged in the crushing pressure of the difficult valley while they are learning how to wield their divine weapons. I was quietly shaping you into a beautiful vessel of honor. I know you felt completely crushed by the immense daily pressure, but a beautiful diamond is only formed under the most severe weight over time. The heavy weight you felt was not burying you in the dark dirt. It was planting you like a precious seed in the fertile ground. The darkness around you was just the rich soil of your spectacular growth, and you are about to break through the surface. Every single tear you shed was heavily watering that planted seed. Nothing you experienced was ever wasted in my grand design for your life. I have meticulously collected all your broken pieces and woven them into a masterpiece of redemption. The tragic story you thought was your terrible ending is actually just the introduction to your greatest victory. You must entirely change how you view your past struggles right now. Stop looking at your difficult history as a series of unfair defeats. Start looking at it as a rigorous training program perfectly designed by heaven. You are highly qualified for the massive wealth and deep peace that is coming because you survived the intense training that would have destroyed anyone else. I heavily shielded you from the counterfeit so I could deliver the genuine miracle. The waiting season is officially over. Can you feel the heavy weight beginning to lift off your tired chest? Breathe in deeply and let this profound truth settle into your weary bones. You were never forgotten or abandoned. while you were being polished for a spectacular reveal. I need you to pay close attention to this next part. This is where the enemy traps most people. You thought your constant exhaustion was just a natural part of life. You blamed yourself for not working hard enough. But your financial struggle is not because you are lazy. It is because a massive spiritual war has been actively raging around you in the unseen realm, and the enemy wants to destroy your purpose. There is a very real thief operating in the shadows. This invisible enemy has been actively targeting your peace. They watched your spectacular destiny being written in the heavenly courts, and they were terrified of the massive power you would soon possess. The heavy brain fog you feel every morning is not an accident. It is a coordinated spiritual attack designed to keep you disconnected from my voice. The darkness is absolutely terrified of the wealth you are destined to control. They know that once you step into your power, you will destroy their strongholds. So they sent toxic people to drain your energy. They orchestrated sudden betrayals to break your trusting heart. The enemy wanted you to feel worthless and broken, so you would eventually surrender your precious crown without putting up a massive fight. But you must remember the powerful story of Joseph. He was a beloved child with a magnificent dream. His own brothers betrayed him and threw him into a dark pit. He was sold into slavery and falsely accused, while he did absolutely nothing wrong. Joseph sat in a cold prison for years, wondering why heaven had abandoned him. But heaven was actively positioning him for a glorious throne. The pit was never meant to be Joseph's final resting place. The dark prison was merely a necessary training ground for the mighty palace. While the enemy celebrated his sudden downfall, I was actively preparing him to rule an entire nation with divine wisdom. Your current situation is exactly like his painful journey. You have been falsely judged and deeply misunderstood by the people around you. They betrayed you and left you in a lonely pit. But that isolation gave me the legal right to promote you in front of your enemies. Think of David when he was young. He was fully anointed to be a great king. But immediately after that divine anointing was poured over him, he was forced to run for his life. He hid in dark caves, while a jealous ruler tried to destroy his brilliant future. David felt completely exhausted and terrified in that wilderness. The enemy tried to wear down his spirit just like they are doing to you today. They drain your bank account, and they mercilessly attack your physical health because they want you to drop your sword. But the wilderness did not kill David. It only taught him how to lead a massive army with true wisdom. You are a giant slayer in your own generation. The intense spiritual enemy attacks you because you carry the exact same anointing. You are the generational curse breaker. The darkness knows that if they cannot stop you right now, your children and their children will never walk in poverty again. You are fighting this brutal war so your family tree can finally experience absolute freedom. Look at the incredible life of Moses. He spent 40 long years wandering in a dry desert. He thought his grand purpose was completely over. He felt like an absolute failure while tending sheep in the lonely dirt. But I was using that severe delay to forge a truly humble deliverer. When the perfect time arrived, Moses stepped forward and broke the heavy chains of an entire nation. Your family desperately needs a deliverer today. The enemy knows your name and they deeply fear your potential. That is exactly why the attacks against your finances have been so relentless. They violently stole your precious resources because they want to keep you distracted by basic survival, and they deeply fear what you will build. If you are worrying about paying bills, you cannot focus on my kingdom. I am actively exposing this spiritual thief today. The hidden forces that stole your joy are being dragged into the holy light. The massive legal right they held over your bloodline is completely breaking today, and their dark influence will no longer dictate your financial future. I am restoring everything that was brutally stolen from you over the past 7 years. But you must stay extremely vigilant. Stay with me, beloved. The revelation I am about to give you will make everything make perfect sense. We have identified the hidden saboteur operating against your life. Now we must completely break their evil influence. Prepare your weary heart for a spectacular shift. The spiritual atmosphere in your room is already changing as you read these sacred words. Hear my voice clearly in this exact moment. Do not let any worldly distractions pull you away, because we are almost at the final breakthrough. The spiritual atmosphere around you is actively shifting right now. You can feel a warm and comforting presence filling your quiet room. The heavy air is becoming incredibly light today. I want you to open your spiritual eyes for a moment. Look at what is happening in the glorious heavenly realm. Mighty warrior angels are receiving their specific assignments concerning your life today. They are gathering around you to permanently break the invisible chains, and the holy trumpet is sounding your ultimate victory. There is an ancient seal placed over your beautiful destiny. It has blocked your finances and your deep peace for 7 years. But that heavy seal is finally cracking today. Heaven is vibrating with intense anticipation because your grand liberation is completely at hand, and the divine forces are heavily focused on your weary soul. Press the like button on this video right now. This is not just a random physical click on a screen. This is a powerful prophetic act telling heaven you are absolutely ready to receive. You are aligning your physical energy with my divine rhythm, and your bold action is sending a massive shockwave into the spiritual realm. The heavenly courtroom is in full session for your case. The sacred books of your life are wide open on the altar. I am permanently wiping away the false accusations written by your enemies. You are standing justified and completely pure before my glorious throne, while the High Judge has ruled in your absolute favor. Pay close attention to the energy in your chest. The heavy anxiety is literally melting away into the floor. You are breathing in the absolute purity of my grace while the dark clouds are actively scattering across the sky. Brilliant light is piercing through your incredibly long night. The morning sun is rising over your tired spirit. My beloved child, we are standing on truly holy ground. You must take off your spiritual shoes and completely surrender your heavy burdens. The mighty angels are drawing their flaming swords to fight this final battle for you. The spectacular victory is already secured in the spiritual realm, so you just need to simply stand still and watch. I have dispatched special angels of massive provision to your exact location. They are carrying the resources that were brutally stolen from you. You will not have to constantly beg or scrape by anymore. A supernatural abundance is actively flowing toward your house today, and the dry rivers in your life are flooding with fresh water. The generational curse is losing its terrible grip on your bloodline. The toxic patterns of severe poverty are being destroyed forever. You are the chosen bridge to a completely new legacy for your entire family tree. They will bless your holy name for many generations to come, because you are the faithful one who finally broke the heavy cycle. Do not doubt what you are feeling in your soul today. The gentle, tingling sensation is the direct touch of my Holy Spirit. I am actively awakening the dormant gifts inside your weary mind, and you are becoming a powerful magnet for divine favor and massive wealth. Everything you touch will begin to prosper beautifully. Stay with me, beloved, because the greatest climax is rapidly approaching. The heavenly choir is singing a beautiful song of spectacular victory over your house. The dark forces are covering their ears and fleeing in total terror because they simply cannot withstand this glorious light that surrounds you. Your spiritual armor is shining with incredible brilliance. Even as you read these sacred words, massive miracles are actively happening. Heavy doors that were rusted shut are being blown wide open by my breath. The right people are being strategically positioned to help you succeed, and I am orchestrating a beautiful symphony of divine connections specifically for your new season. You thought you were completely forgotten in the silent shadows, but you were the main focus of heaven all along. Every single tear you cried was carefully collected by my angels, and they were turned into a shining pearl of great wisdom for your future. You are clothed in absolute majesty and deep grace today. The universe is bowing to your renewed spiritual authority. The first layer of the dark seal is already completely gone. The second layer is rapidly dissolving into absolute nothingness. We are about to shatter the third and final barrier completely. Prepare your tired heart for the massive flood of profound blessings, because the floodgates of heaven are shaking violently right now. I want you to close your eyes for just 1 second. Picture the beautiful life you have always desperately dreamed of. That magnificent vision is not a foolish fantasy, because I planted that exact dream in your heart as a true prophecy. The manifestation of that beautiful vision is literally seconds away. Hold your breath and receive my profound power. Now receive this prophetic declaration over your life today. I am breaking the third and final seal right now. Watch closely what happens in the spiritual realm. The heavy chains that bound your family for generations are shattering into dust, and the dark clouds are violently scattering to make way for your glorious sunrise. You are finally totally free in my presence. I told you this was my final goodbye message to you. You thought I was walking away from your broken heart. You felt completely terrified of losing my holy presence, but I am not leaving you alone in this cold wilderness. I am saying a permanent goodbye to the heavy sorrow that has crushed your tired spirit for so many lonely years. We are saying a final goodbye to the endless financial struggle. We are saying goodbye to the silent tears in the dark night. We are permanently closing the door on the toxic people who ruthlessly drained your energy and stole your precious joy. They will never have access to your beautiful soul ever again. This goodbye is your spectacular liberation from the darkness. The turning point is officially here for you. The divine reversal begins at this exact moment, within the next 72 hours. A massive financial surprise will physically manifest in your earthly life. It is not an earthly coincidence or a worldly accident. It is a strategic and divine provision specifically assigned to your earthly name, because I have commanded the wealth of the wicked to transfer to your hands. Watch closely for a sudden deposit or a canceled debt. You will see evidence involving the numbers 7 and 11. When you see those exact numbers, you will absolutely know that heaven has officially intervened in your earthly economy to rescue you. A massive sum of $7,777 is actively moving toward you. The courtroom of heaven has ruled in your absolute favor today. Those who whispered cruel lies behind your back are silenced. Those who smiled while secretly plotting your sudden downfall are completely exposed. They are about to witness my massive glory resting heavily upon your radiant life. I am preparing a spectacular table before you right now, and they will see how much I truly love you. I am setting that grand table right in the exact presence of your enemies. They will be forced to watch as I elevate you. They desperately tried to keep you out of this glorious position of power, but they cannot stop the massive flood of blessings I am releasing. Your incredible success will be your absolute and final vindication. Your physical body is receiving a massive wave of healing. The deep exhaustion in your bones is melting away right now. You will wake up tomorrow morning with a fierce energy you have not felt in decades. The heavy brain fog is permanently lifting from your mind, and your thoughts will be incredibly clear and sharp as you step forward. You are stepping into a frequency of absolute divine alignment. Look at your hands for a brief moment. The immense power to create wealth and heal generations has just been fully activated in those hands. You will no longer beg for scraps from people who do not truly value you, because you will be the generous distributor of my immense wealth. Your cup is not just full in this moment. Your cup is actively overflowing into the streets around you. You will have more than enough to take care of your beloved family. You will have plenty left over to bless the broken people who cross your path, because you are now a living testimony of my miraculous resurrection power. You are entirely transformed by my holy fire. The long season of living paycheck to paycheck is completely dead. The terrible cycle of always being one step behind is broken. You are moving to the absolute front of the line right now. The majestic doors that were tightly locked are swinging wide open for you, and no human force can ever shut what I have permanently opened. Can you feel the immense pressure leaving your chest? Can you feel the warm joy returning to your tired heart? You have survived the most brutal storm of your entire life. The beautiful rainbow is shining brilliantly over your new house today, and you are stepping into the most peaceful and prosperous season you have ever known. This is my holy decree over your life. This is the absolute truth that you must fiercely protect. Do not let anyone talk you out of this spectacular miracle today. Heaven has officially spoken, and the physical earth must completely bow to this new spiritual reality I have established for you. You are completely victorious in every single way. The angels are celebrating your triumphant return to glory. The heavenly trumpets are sounding your new name across the universe. Every single promise I made to you in the dark valley is coming true, right here on the mountaintop. Step out of the shadows and take your rightful place on the royal throne I prepared for you. The days of your silent suffering are officially erased from history. A brand new chapter of immense joy and massive influence is beginning today. You will look back at this exact moment as the day your entire world completely flipped upside down for the better, and you will praise my holy name. Receive this glorious crown and wear it with absolute fierce confidence. But I must warn you right now, the enemy heard exactly what I just promised you, and they watched the third seal shatter into 1,000,000 tiny pieces. They are absolutely terrified of your power. Do not let your guard down for a single second. Once this magnificent blessing is finally released from heaven, you must fiercely protect it with everything you have today. The darkness will not simply surrender without a brutal fight. They are already planning a desperate counterattack against your tired mind. Within the next few days, they will try to send a severe wave of deep doubt to confuse your spirit. They will whisper cruel lies telling you, this was just another video. Do not let them steal your miracle. You might suddenly feel a strange, heavy fog trying to return. You might receive a frustrating message designed to ruin your perfect peace. When that sudden distraction arrives at your front door, you must immediately remember my exact words and stand your ground. That is just the panicking enemy. They know their time is over. You must stand firm today. I am not sending you into this new season completely empty-handed. I have prepared a specific spiritual shield for you to use today. But this powerful shield requires your active participation to work properly, because a divine covenant is a two-way street between you and the Creator. Heaven is waiting for your final answer, but the sacred window is rapidly closing. You only have 24 hours to activate this specific blessing. If you hesitate too long, the angels will have to move on to someone else who is truly ready. Do not let your human fear steal what I have carefully prepared. I require a prophetic act of obedience from you today. Heaven is expecting you to boldly respond. I have fought the massive, invisible battles for your tired soul. I have cleared the rocky path and destroyed the heavy chains. But you must remember that faith without physical action is completely dead, and you cannot expect a supernatural harvest if you refuse to plant a seed. Your bold action today is required. It is the final heavenly signature. Let your physical action right now be the signature on our heavenly contract. I need you to show me that you are truly ready. The financial reversal you have cried for is literally seconds away from physically manifesting in your everyday life. I am completely ready to unlock the ancient vaults of heaven over your family line. Show me your bold faith. The massive debts will be permanently canceled by my holy fire. The hidden sickness will be driven out of your physical body, but you must show me you are ready to receive the massive overflow that is going to completely change the trajectory of your entire family tree. Do this one simple thing today. The thief will try to distract you. I want you to make a bold declaration of your absolute faith. You must claim this breakthrough before the sun sets tonight. The forces of darkness are desperately hoping you will just scroll away and forget everything you heard in this message. They want you to leave this sacred space. They want you to break the covenant. Do not give them that satisfaction. A spiritual covenant is a beautiful bridge between you and heaven. I have already poured out my grace and broken the ancient curses. Now you must reach out your empty hands to receive the golden crown that was forged in the heavy fires of your painful wilderness season. Your absolute obedience is the exact key. It unlocks the final heavy door. Turn the key right now. Do not let the familiar spirit of poverty hold you back today. That old toxic spirit wants you to stay hidden in the dark shadows. It wants you to feel entirely unworthy of the immense wealth I am actively sending, because it knows you will use that wealth to help others. But you are the chosen generational curse breaker. You are completely worthy of every blessing. We are sealing this beautiful promise with a sacred act today. I need you to completely push past any remaining doubt in your mind. The massive flood of provision is waiting at the very edge of your courage, and when you boldly take this next step, the entire universe will shift to support you. You will never walk alone again. My holy presence is heavily surrounding you. The enemy knows this powerful transmission has successfully reached your heart. He is shaking with pure fear because he has lost you forever. You are no longer a prisoner to his cruel and manipulative lies, and you are finally stepping out of the dark cave to claim your massive inheritance. You are a royal heir today. Take your rightful place on the throne. Listen closely, because the instructions I am about to give you are crucial. You must follow them exactly as I say to protect your miracle. The next few moments will define the entire trajectory of your coming year, so you must clear your mind and prepare your tired spirit to make a final agreement with heaven. The exact time for waiting is over. The time for bold action is now. Now bow your head and let me completely seal this holy word over your tired spirit as we finish our sacred time together. The heavy anxiety that plagued your days is officially gone forever. Breathe in my profound peace. Let it fill every single empty corner of your weary heart today. You are finally safe from the endless storm that tried to completely destroy you, because I have built a fortress around your beautiful soul. The divine covenant is actively waiting for your final physical signature right now. I need you to share this exact message with exactly 3 people today. Do not share it with just anyone you happen to casually see on your contact list. I want you to send this to 3 specific souls who desperately need to hear my comforting voice tonight, and you will be the messenger of their sudden breakthrough. When you share this light with 3 other broken people, you become a powerful magnet for my absolute favor. You are actively stepping into your beautiful role as a massive blessing to the dark world. Type the numbers 777 in the comments right now to firmly seal this heavenly covenant. Let the physical earth witness your bold faith. You are no longer a victim of circumstance, but you are a fierce warrior claiming what is rightfully yours. Type Amen, or I receive it to boldly claim this exact blessing for your own family line. I also invite you to sow a financial seed of fierce faith today. Release your generous seed through the Super Thanks button located right below this video. When you boldly sow a physical seed in true faith, you will surely reap a massive supernatural harvest that will completely overflow your earthly bank accounts. Heaven never ignores a sacrificial gift given from a truly pure and believing heart. Your beautiful seed is a powerful prophetic act, telling the universe you are entirely ready for the massive overflow. Subscribe to this channel and turn on all notifications right now, so you never miss another urgent prophetic word from my throne. You must stay closely connected to my heavenly voice. We have so much more to accomplish together. You are joining a powerful army of chosen warriors who are changing the entire world. Do not walk away from this sacred family I am building right here. We are going to completely break every generational curse together as one solid unit. Your dark days of weeping alone in the quiet shadows are permanently over. You are walking into the glorious morning sun, and the warm light will finally heal the deep aches hidden deep inside your tired bones. I am washing away the bitter taste of every single past failure you experienced. You will no longer look back at your history with deep pain or terrible regret. Every broken piece of your past is being beautifully transformed into a shining stepping stone for your massive future. Your new foundation is built on solid rock. The violent winds of life will never be able to knock your beautiful house down again, because you are firmly anchored in my eternal love. The people who walked away from you will eventually see the incredible glory resting on your life. They will silently wonder how you managed to rise so powerfully from the dark ashes of your severe ruin. But you will simply smile because you know that my invisible hand lifted you out of the deep pit. You will give all the high glory to heaven. You did not achieve this spectacular victory on your own, but we fought the brutal monsters together in the dark. Do not let the busy world distract you as you finish watching this sacred video today. Keep your weary mind completely focused on the beautiful promises we just sealed. The enemy might try to send a sudden wave of heavy doubt tomorrow morning when you wake up. When that dark shadow approaches your bed, just remember this holy and unbreakable covenant. You can simply close your eyes and confidently tell the darkness that you are entirely protected by the highest power. You are completely covered by the powerful blood of the ultimate and perfect Lamb. No weapon ever formed against your finances or your fragile health will ever prosper again. I am placing a permanent ring of holy fire around your house and your beautiful children. They will grow up surrounded by massive abundance instead of the terrible lack you always knew. They will absolutely never have to fight the same exhausting battles that you fought, because you already paid the heavy price to purchase their absolute freedom. Your specific bloodline is forever changed because you bravely chose to stand firm today. You refused to surrender to the toxic voices of deep despair and harsh condemnation. You are the faithful one who finally broke the heavy chains of generational poverty for good. Heaven is preparing a magnificent crown of pure gold for your tired and weary head. You earned this beautiful reward by keeping your faith alive when everything around you was completely falling apart in ruins. Take a moment to truly appreciate the incredible strength you showed in the dark wilderness. You thought you were incredibly weak and completely broken beyond any possible repair, but you were actually displaying the fierce courage of a mighty and fearless lion. I am so incredibly proud of you for not giving up when the raging storm was completely blinding your tired eyes. You are my spectacular masterpiece, and I adore every single thing about your beautiful spirit. Now go forward in absolute peace and massive confidence into your beautiful new reality. The heavenly angels are walking right beside you to guard your every single step. They will actively clear the rocky path, and they will easily open the heavy doors that human hands cannot ever move on their own. Your beautiful season of great weeping is officially over. Your spectacular season of joyful reaping is finally here to stay. Leave your exact name in the comments so my angels know exactly who to minister to tonight. Let them see your bold signature on this holy document of absolute spiritual freedom. You are eternally loved beyond human measure, and you are deeply cherished by the grand creator of the shining stars. Sleep in perfect peace tonight, because tomorrow is the very first day of your new life. I will see you in the glorious morning.